Princess Sheikha Mahra's royal wedding, the luxury behind Dubai's most talked about celebration. What does a royal wedding look like when money is almost no limit? Imagine walking into a hall filled with thousands of white flowers, crystal chandeliers sparkling from every direction, a bride wearing a custom-made gown, and guests that include royals, diplomats, and some of the world's most influential people. This wasn't a movie. It was one of the most talked about royal celebrations in Dubai. Some reports even claim the event could have cost hundreds of millions of dollars, with a few estimates reaching as high as $1 billion. While those numbers have never been officially confirmed, one thing is certain: the celebration captured attention across the globe. But here's what's even more interesting. This wedding wasn't remembered only because of its luxury. Behind the stunning decorations and royal traditions was a story about family, heritage, and Dubai's image on the world stage. Today, we'll take you inside this unforgettable celebration, discover who Princess Sheikha Mahra really is, and explore why this royal wedding became one of the most talked about events in recent years. Let's begin. The wedding that captured the world. When guests arrived at Dubai World Trade Center, they stepped into a venue that looked nothing like an ordinary event hall. The space had been transformed into a breathtaking royal setting. Elegant white flowers covered almost every corner. Large crystal chandeliers reflected light across the room. Soft gold details blended with silk decorations, creating an atmosphere that felt more like a palace than a wedding venue. Every detail appeared carefully planned. The dining tables featured luxury table settings, crystal glassware, and elegant floral displays that became talking points throughout the evening. Music also played an important role. A live orchestra performed as the ceremony unfolded, adding to the grand atmosphere of the celebration. Then came the moment everyone had been waiting for. Princess Sheikha Mahra made her entrance wearing a breathtaking wedding gown that immediately became one of the most discussed parts of the ceremony. The dress featured detailed lacework and shimmering crystal decorations that reflected the lights throughout the venue. Guests watched as she walked gracefully toward the stage, creating a moment that quickly spread across social media and news platforms around the world. The celebration welcomed members of Dubai's royal family, distinguished guests from across the UAE, diplomats, business leaders, and other invited figures. For many observers, this wasn't simply a marriage ceremony. It represented tradition meeting modern luxury. It also highlighted Dubai's ability to host world-class events unlike almost anywhere else. But to truly understand why this wedding attracted so much global attention, we first need to know more about the woman at the center of it all. And her story is just as fascinating as the celebration itself. The princess behind the royal celebration. Before the wedding made headlines around the world, Princess Sheikha Mahra had already become one of the most admired members of Dubai's royal family. Born into the influential Al Maktoum family, she is the daughter of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the vice president and prime minister of the UAE and the ruler of Dubai. Growing up as a royal meant living a life very different from most people. From an early age, she was surrounded by the traditions, history, and culture that have shaped Dubai for generations. But her education wasn't limited to royal palaces. Like many members of Dubai's younger generation, she studied both in the UAE and abroad, giving her a wider understanding of different cultures while staying connected to her Emirati roots. That balance between tradition and modern life has become one of her defining qualities. On official occasions, she proudly wears traditional Emirati clothing that reflects her heritage. At the same time, she has also become known for supporting modern fashion, local designers, and cultural events that celebrate the UAE's growing creative industry. But fashion is only one small part of her story. Princess Sheikha Mahra is also known for her love of horses. In the UAE, horses represent strength, honor, and history. It's a passion shared by many members of Dubai's royal family, and she has often been seen attending equestrian events and supporting the country's rich horse riding traditions. Away from public ceremonies, she has shown interest in photography, art, and preserving Emirati culture. Her social media presence gives followers small glimpses into her world, but unlike many public figures, she keeps much of her private life away from constant attention. That balance between openness and privacy has earned her admiration both inside the UAE and internationally. She is also associated with charitable and community initiatives that focus on education, healthcare, and cultural preservation. Although many of these efforts receive far less attention than royal events, they have helped shape her public image as someone who values service alongside privilege. By the time her wedding was announced, millions of people were already curious about the princess behind the headlines. But there was another important person everyone wanted to know more about. Who was the man chosen to stand beside one of Dubai's most recognized royals? His story would surprise many people, and as it turns out, he wasn't just marrying into Dubai's royal family. He was already part of its history. The groom and the royal union. So, who is the man who married Princess Sheikha Mahra? His name is Sheikh Mahra Al Maktoum. And like Mahra, he comes from Dubai's historic Al Maktoum family. While he has mostly stayed away from international headlines, he has built a reputation as someone who values both tradition and progress. Growing up in one of the UAE's most influential families came with great responsibility. From an early age, Sheikh Mahra was introduced to the values that have guided the royal family for generations: leadership, respect for culture, and service to the country. At the same time, he also developed an interest in business and investment. Over the years, he became involved in projects connected to real estate, hospitality, and other private ventures, reflecting Dubai's growing role as a global business hub. Like Princess Mahra, he also shares a deep appreciation for Emirati heritage. Horse riding has always been one of his favorite activities, and he has often been linked to equestrian events, a tradition that remains an important part of the country's identity. Friends and those who know the couple often describe them as having similar interests. Both value family, both appreciate their culture, and both represent a younger generation of royals who combine tradition with a modern outlook. That is one reason their marriage attracted so much attention. Many people saw it as more than a royal wedding. It symbolized the future of one of the Middle East's most influential royal families. As news of the ceremony spread, excitement grew across the UAE. People wondered what a royal wedding in Dubai would actually look like. Would it live up to the city's reputation for luxury? The answer became clear the moment guests began arriving. Every entrance had been carefully designed. Elegant floral displays stretched across the venue. Soft lighting reflected from towering crystal chandeliers. And live musicians welcomed distinguished guests as members of royal families, diplomats, business leaders, and invited dignitaries took their seats. Nothing appeared out of place. Every flower, every light, every decoration had been carefully selected to create an unforgettable experience. Then came the moment everyone had been waiting for. As the music changed, all eyes turned toward the entrance. Princess Sheikha Mahra began her walk into the hall, wearing a breathtaking bridal gown that instantly became one of the most talked about moments of the entire celebration. But the dress was only the beginning. What happened inside the reception made this wedding unlike almost any other. And that's where the celebration reached an entirely different level. As the orchestra reached its final note, the massive doors slowly opened. Every conversation stopped. Every camera turned toward the entrance. Princess Sheikha Mahra appeared, wearing a breathtaking bridal gown that shimmered beneath thousands of crystal lights. For a few moments, the entire ballroom stood in silence. It looked like something straight out of a royal fairy tale. But believe it or not, the dress wasn't the most expensive part of the celebration. Not even close. Because what guests discovered inside the reception hall would take this royal wedding to a completely different level. From crystal-covered chandeliers to custom-designed decor, and one unforgettable dining experience, the celebration was only just beginning. And that's where the true scale of Dubai's royal luxury finally came into view.